Well, could September turn out to be a pretty bullish month? Early indications are that the market is warming up to the idea and that we potentially are now seeing a breakout on Bitcoin. This could be very good news for altcoins, in particular XRP, and double down. We are seeing some very bullish news, whether that's coming out of the Federal Reserve, whether it's coming out of some massive announcements for some Chinese strategic reserve companies, and more importantly, the charts as well playing out. We're going to break it all down for you in this video. We're going to explore what the Federal Reserve has said specifically relating to cryptocurrency and why China might unlock a massive opportunity within XRP. So if you're interested in all of that, you want to stay up to date with the latest going on in the crypto market, smash up that like button to our brand new ATM.DAY, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. So there are lots of discussions going on right now around the influence of China in the market. Are they going to get in? Are they going to weigh out? Russia is kind of the same. And the reality is, well, China's already here. They actually have a number of Bitcoin treasury companies. And the debate right now is, what is going to happen with XRP? Could we see China really getting into this market and more specifically getting into XRPL? Now, we know that fintech giant Logis is turning to the XRP ledger for its supply chain finance. This was announced a couple of weeks ago, and they are buying a little bit of supply, which I think is good news, but they got a massive opportunity with many other companies. Just to give you an idea of just how big this is, here are the companies in China getting into Bitcoin treasuries. And I think this is important. The most here, $65.3 million in Next Technology holding, all the way down just to 13 Bitcoin in InChain. But this tells us that China is slowly coming into the market and therefore could play out very favorably as we start to see companies look to the XRPL to support logistics, supply chain, as well as moving huge amounts of money. We saw today Litecoin trying to get involved in the party as well. But Logis helps businesses manage supply chains and finance across borders, and now he wants to run the digital supply chain applications on XRPL. This is very bullish news, and once again, for anyone holding XRP, we know the native coin will be RLUSD, but we also know that XRP or Ripple more specifically have said that they will absolutely look after XRP as well. This could be used in trade, it could be used in finance, and more importantly, it could be a hub where digital assets and real world supply chains meet. And you know what they always say, the first to move always seems to do the best, and this could be exactly the case. You could start to see a number of big companies look to XRPL to support its movement of capital. Very bullish indeed. This on the top, by the way, of Vivo Power unveiling officially its $30 million XRP yield program with Doppler, and it's now planning already for a 200 million allocation plan, i.e. they are going to be buying way more. And we sort of see this initial step into XRP treasury companies or strategic reserves. This moves positions from the energy solution companies and will now become the first publicly listed firm to adopt an institutional framework for earning yield using XRP reserves. And obviously a lot of this is going through in terms of the SEC for Ethereum staking and many more. Again, this potentially unlocks a massive opportunity as people start to, well, get involved in this framework. Very bullish. And what's interesting is they also are deploying a treasury company. So you start to kind of get a bit of a feel as to what's going on. You have treasury companies in one sentiment. You've then got investment using the XRPL all under this umbrella of cross-border payments and building a key financial infrastructure around XRP and around XRPL. Very bullish indeed. And this is why lots of people are now predicting big moves. Now, again, this is not financial advice on this channel. I am only reporting what's on here. My view has always stayed the same. Do I think XRP breaks $2,000 or $1,000 this bull market? No, I think that's a little bit too optimistic. However, when you start to look at what the years post that, 2040 is an example, where could we be? Do we see a three-figure XRP? Many people predict that that could be the case. Again, you would have to make your own decision on the back of it. But what makes this such an important bullish forecast is the more striking in the years build up, XRP is remaining to become a big player in the finance industry and more importantly, mass adoption. This could see surges beyond what we know. And talked about this yesterday in my video, the escrow will become important, whether that starts to go into the hands of certain banks, certain finance markets, pensions, or whatever else is. That's how you could potentially therefore see a nice spike in the price. Now, what also we got going on? The Fed announced a conference on the convergence of TradFi, DeFi, stablecoin use, and AI, and many believe XRP could be a discussion point. Now, we don't have anything to verify that at this moment in time. However, we know that Brad Garlinghouse has been part of that work group for digital assets, and since being part of that, we obviously know XRP and Ripple specifically have had some big moves. Also, the third point would be that Ripple looking to take that banking license is very specific. You know that I think they're going to be there. And I think this could play out very important as we talk about DeFi, we talk about TradFi, and tokenization, everything else, including payment innovation, you kind of point to XRPL. Let's just not beat around the bush here. And I think this is where we could start to get some very interesting conversations and potentially even some very bullish news. This could even be the, appetizer to the ETF main meal launch. We're going to stay very, very close to this as well. It's going to be very bullish indeed. And all seems to be playing out very favorable. The market's had a nice warm up. XRP news seems to be flowing quite nicely. And we keep heading towards a more bullish September when people thought we were going the other way. So with all of that, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Do you think China's coming into the market? How big do you think that Federal Reserve discussion is going to be? And more importantly, how bullish are you on XRP? Let me know in the comments as always down below. And if you enjoyed this type of content, smash that like button and subscribe for more. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.